Dude, the new
Not
schedule is
one.
No.
the
We
new
should do that
schedule
in
is
Korea.
totally troll. I don't know a single person who likes it. It's 12 to 3 and then a 2-hour break, like you said, and then 5 to 8. But it never works
Fuck
out that way.
that.
So what actually happens is it goes 12 to 3:30 or 4, and then it's like 6 to 9 or like 5:30 to 8:30, and then you have like a 30-minute thing afterwards. And then by the time you're done with your 6 scrims, which by the way have been spaced out for some reason over like 8 hours, then like no one is really even in the mood to sit down and do a long session. Like personally, I like to like start playing solo queue and then like just kind of marathon, like play for like multiple hours. I don't like to just play like 2 games and then go home. So it just feels awkward either way. Like I don't know. I really like the old schedule way more, where you play 5 games straight, 12 to 5, and then
I know when we boot camped in Korea for like off seasons, that was usually the schedule, like the 2-hour gap between scrim blocks for some reason.
I think that was part of the rationale for like why people wanted to do it too. It's like you said, like Asian teams do that, but sorry, I'm like mesmerized by this gank. But like it's troll because in LCS or like in NA, if you queue solo queue, it takes 20 minutes to get into a game after 5 dodges, and the game quality is horrible. So like, but in Korea, you get the 2-hour break and you can squeeze like
play,
4
like, 2 or
solo
3
queue games.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3, I guess, and still have time to eat. But then over here, it's like not only are you like not getting anything out of the solo queue because NA solo queue is like pretty hard to learn from, but you're getting less games than an Eastern player would in that time, anyways. So it's bad.
I like that better than the 5-game schedule, though. Like that weird thing where it's just 5 games and then that's it for the day.
Oh, really? I really enjoyed that because then you have this 5-hour block afterwards where like I could stream and I could play solo queue, or like I could play Champions queue for 5 hours straight. Like
it's better for the player if solo queue's good. If you're actually playing solo queue, I just feel like it creates too much attachment to like having the free time but not being forced to do anything with it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just an individual thing. Like if you're not prioritizing getting better after the 5 hour, like you just clock 5 hours into practice and then you say, okay, that's enough practice, that's enough League of Legends for me every day, then like obviously that's bad. But like
if you have a teammate who's not playing solo queue, like that is the biggest red flag.
There's a lot of that being a problem for sure, though, especially in NA.
Yeah, but then like by natural selection, those players, the players who are lazy, should be removed and replaced by like harder working players.
Cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how it happens naturally.
But like I don't know, you're getting the worst of both worlds in NA specifically with this schedule, and I think next split, I'm imagining that it's going to change. There was like apparently there was like a lot of internal debate between the GMs of the teams. Like it was like a split vote in the beginning, and then there was like a lot of fighting and stuff over the schedule, and then I think all the GMs.
That's the fucking usual, bro.
They had a meeting where it was like, okay, this is the last change we're going to make to this schedule, because at one point it was like. Even more troll, it was like 1 hour 30 minutes, so it was 12 to 3 and then 4:30 to 7:30. Everyone was just arguing like, is there hour break, hour and a half break, 2-hour break, or no break? That was like the 4 options. And then they did the final change where it's a 2-hour break, and then said no more changes to the rest of the split because it's too confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I think not changing it is better than constantly changing it.
Yeah.
But I think what they landed on is pretty troll. No, like, so I think we talked with Afro about this. I don't know if I ever ran this one by you, Peter, but like what I would like, and I don't think this is popular opinion at all, but I would like it if scrim blocks were like, I would just totally cut out time for review between games. I would just want to play a game and then instantly go into next game, like 5-minute break to take a piss or something. Not actually, like 30 minutes to review.
Actually, I've started to find that your opinion is like pretty common. Like a lot of people absolutely hate reviews and think that like it'd be better just to play more games or to play the games back to back and do the review later. I don't know. I still don't really agree that that's like the best way to improve. I think you should have a review between games, but then I do now understand that like a lot of people just like don't have the attention span or like the patience to do like a 20 to 30 minute review between every single game, and like would just rather keep playing.
That's kind of where I'm coming from, is like maybe in a perfect world where everyone is like, you know, perfect human being players, that could be good, but like I think it's more just like a realistic approach of like, these are league players, these are gamers. We didn't get here by studying the game. We got here by like no life grinding the fuck out of this game, right? And because I mean, that's also how the scrims were initially. I remember when we first started playing with C9, we would play 3 blocks a day. It was like 12 to 2, like I don't know, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, I think. In those blocks, we played 3 games in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then I think you use that hour break between sets to like go over something if there's like an actual big problem. Because then it also, I've seen a lot of reviews where like I think way too much time gets put onto like a really small mistake or something, and like if it's not something that's actually happening like frequently, if it's just a one-off, I don't even think it's worth focusing on that. It's like the person probably knows it was fucked, and then you just go next.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying. That's actually huge. You'd hate it right now. The scrim culture right now is really, really long reviews.